Back in the Jags den with Coach Will Smith, Spain Park Baseball. I guess we just start right out. What a great game last night.
Yeah, it was great. It was a lot of highs. It was a marathon. Certainly am tired today.
Oh, I'm tired. In fact, it was tough getting out of bed this morning, sitting in that chair for so long. But I think if you want to just start off, and not a negative, but I think just case in point of something that you continue to point out week after week is no-hit baseball through 7 innings, but they have 1 run because of the walks. And that's really, that's only the one kind of glaring point in that game to that point. Otherwise, it's phenomenal for Spain Park.
Yeah, no question. Even the night before against Tuscaloosa County, I think we're no hitting them throughout that time period as well. And then you get to, I guess the thing that's hurting us is it's driving our pitchers' pitch count high. And you'll have an inning where we'll throw 10 pitches, and then you'll have one where it's about, in the 30s, and it's hurting us because of, we're behind guys, and we're not getting a lot of soft contact early in the at-bats, et cetera. But, we've really thrown the ball well, though. I mean, if we could eliminate those, that would be awesome, because the guys that have been throwing kind of on the stretch have got really good stuff.
Yeah, and you got to be happy, too, because you have had an opportunity the last 2 games to get a little bit deeper in the bullpen than you have in some games, in some critical situations. And some of those guys have either delivered or kept you, at base to where you can then attack in the next inning and win the ball game.
Yeah, no question. We have had the opportunity to get some guys in and in some pressure roles. You look at it over the last, 7 days, starting last Thursday with Vestavia. 3 of those 4 games, Vestavia, Oxford, Tuscaloosa County, Thompson, 3 of those 4 have been 1-run ball games. The Vestavia game being a 6-4 game, but getting guys in high leverage, high pressure type situations. Connor Langston, Blake Patrick, Jake Irwin the other night, bringing Evan Smallwood. Has been good to see. How are they going to respond? In that part of the game.
I tell you, this is going to sound kind of crazy, but when Evan gave up those 2 runs last night, I still felt good about our opportunity to win because I saw a look on his face where he was still determined that you guys were going to come back and win that game. And when you have a senior leader that does something like that, did he kind of come back in and start kind of rallying the troops and pulling through that we still got this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was I was watching the film a while ago, just hung a breaking ball. The kid puts a good swing on it. Matthew Weidra made a heck of a play just to give us a chance. I thought he was going to catch it, but got really close to catching it. And I knew that in the last inning we let off. We had Chapman and then Aiden leading off the inning. I knew if one of the 2 got on, we had a chance. And Chapman hit a hard ground ball at shortstop. Aiden gets hit, and then he kind of starts, from there.
You kind of come through and put it in golf terms, the main corner of your schedule right now. You got Vestavia, one of the top teams in the state that people think will compete. Oxford, top 6A team, and some people think one of the top. Tuscaloosa County, and then Thompson. So, and you come out with wins in all 4 of those games with your team fighting. So you got to feel good about the way they've responded to that challenge playing some of the top teams.
Yeah, no question. I mean, I would put our schedule and our resume against anybody. I mean, in the last, like I said, the last 7 days, playing, top Thompson last night was number 1 ranked team in the state. Vestavia, Tuscaloosa County, all in there. Oxford, 1, 2, or 3 in 6A. And that was the goal. That was the goal whenever we designed and tried to create the schedule is to be able to put guys in those type of spots so then when April comes, they've been in it before, and I think it's a huge deal to learn the importance of finding ways to win. And that was the thing I told the guys the other night. I sense something special in the group because it's somebody different every night. Somebody different every night with, getting a hit, making a pitch, making a play. And it was last night as well.
And then Cole Edwards, against Tuscaloosa County, gets a 2-0 count, I believe, and then it's a double, gets 2 runs, gets the lead back. But even more importantly, last night, I think a play that's probably not going to really show up on the stat sheet, the scorebook, is, it's a little pop fly down to the right field line, but he comes hard out of the box, doesn't even think to stop, and he turns that into a double, whereas most people were probably just jogging down, looking at the ball, and turn that into a single. And just that extra hustle and just doing it right is probably what won the ball game for you there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I knew. Obviously, he mishit it a little bit, but I knew with the way the outfielders were playing that it had a chance to fall. And, by him getting into second base, it really changed the inning. We were able to JT laid down a great bunt to get him over. They were forced then to walk the bases loaded. And Battersby's been swinging as well as anyone in our lineup. I knew it was a good matchup for us. I knew that he was – I knew that he wasn't going to get overpowered by the guy, and he had a really hard ground ball to the shortstop, and that's the thing with Cole being at third. Obviously, us being in a contact type play down angle, I knew that it was going to be a bang bang play even if he fields it cleanly, and fortunate. We got a bounce there.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a hard hit ball. He's short, doesn't have a lot of time to react. The shortstop had been solid all night. I think that play says more. I think that play says a little bit more about the hit than the shortstop, because James Battersby did get a lot on that, and it was hit well. So you've got Briarwood Friday night. Still another formidable opponent, bringing some great pitching. And that kind of rounds out again your murderer's row of the schedule there before you get a little bit of a break. So what are you looking forward to? Obviously a big high last night, so I'm sure one of the things you're looking for tomorrow is how do they respond, how do they come back?
Yeah, so I don't even know what time it was we left last night. I know it was after like 10:30, 11 o'clock, but then we had an early morning this morning in the weight room. We're going to hit today and try to get our legs back under us a little bit before we play Briarwood tomorrow night, but. With the addition of the 2 weeks before the season, so we were given 2 more weeks of practice before the season, I can sense that the guys are a little bit tired, and the break's going to come at a good time. It'll be good to kind of get away, recharge the batteries, and then come back toward the end of spring break. And, of course, there's area up ahead of right after spring break. And that's what the season's all about. Playing really good right now. I wish that we could bottle some of the mojo that we got and carry it into April the 4th and the 6th, but we can't. So we gotta try to, like I said, take the next couple of days after Friday, recharge the batteries, a few days off, get back in the groove after spring break, and then we got Oak Mountain that first week in April.
Talk a little bit about, real quick, the tournament next week. It's over at Hoover Met, and then you get the unique opportunity to play some teams. I believe you got somebody playing a team from Utah, Nashville, and another one from out of state. So I'm sure that'll be fun for the boys to see some fresh faces. But just talk real quick a little bit about that tournament.
Yes, we have 6 games over 4 days is what we'll play. It'll also be a good opportunity for us to play some guys that haven't been playing a lot. Get them some experience, get them some at bats, those type of things. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to because they deserve that. They spent a lot of time working hard. So we'll have the opportunity to play, some guys that are not necessarily regular guys, probably 1 or 2 of those 6 games. But we've always used it as a kind of a springboard. Like this is where you got to jump start it, because like I said, the following week it's what matters, and just to try to be prime and peaking at the right time is what you're trying to do.
All right, Coach. Well, anything you want to add before you head out? One last game, get a couple days rest on spring break.
No, I just like I said, last night you're just exhausted after a game last night. You go home and you can't sleep because your adrenaline's still flowing so much, and but it's fun. You look at talking to the guys today are like, Coach, we're tired, but gosh, it was fun last night. So it's really, really fun when you're in it. The next day you got to find a way to grind through it and get stuff done today. So I'm excited about it.
All right, well, enjoy the game against. Good luck against Briarwood tomorrow night. Enjoy a couple days off spring break, and go Jags.
Go Jags.